Doctor students of Federal University Wukari regain freedom. Gunmen kidnap Channel's TV reporter in Rivers, demand 30 million naira. Court sentences Bobrisky to 6 months imprisonment without option of fine. And the foreign scene, many displaces floods wreak havoc in Kenya. Hello and welcome to Trust TV's news update. I am Chiamaka Nwafo. Thanks for joining us. Now, 2 students of the Federal University Wukari abducted by suspected kidnappers have regained their freedom. The students were released by their captors late night on Thursday, close to Chinkai village of Wukari local government area of Taraba State. The head of information and protocol unit of the university, Ashu Agia, said a ransom of 700,000 naira was paid in exchange for their freedom. The kidnappers had earlier requested a ransom fee of 50 million naira. The students had returned to rewrite their examinations as a result of the carryover they had when they were kidnapped. Much earlier, we had via phone Magaji Hunkui from Jalingo, the Taraba State capital, to give us an update.
The 2 students abducted 11 days ago were Joshua Sedona of the Department of Economics and Abionu Elizabeth of microbiology. They were abducted outside the university premises around 10 p.m. 11 days ago. But they regained their freedom yesterday night after their family paid 700,000 naira for each one of them.
Did you say 700,000 naira? Can you hear me? 700,000 naira.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay, 700,000 naira was paid as ransom for each
ransom, yes, for each of the 2.
Okay. So, where are the students at the moment? Have they been reunited with their families?
They were brought because where they were released is about 30 kilometers out from Wukari in one village called Chinkai. So they were brought to the university. I'm not aware whether the families are here because only one of them that his families are in Taraba State, but the other one, I think, our families are in eastern part of the country, whether Imo or Enugu. I don't know precisely the state she came from, but they are in the university and they are in good condition now.
Okay, so was this intervention an intervention by the security agents, or it was as a result of the ransom that was paid? That's why the students were released from the captivity. How did that happen? No.
Payment the university authority did not involve in the payment. It was an arrangement between some people who the kidnappers called. Initially, they target such people, but they were not lucky. They are very lucky, so they have their number. It was those people that negotiated for the ransom. Initially, they demanded for 50 million naira, and the family rejected that amount. And they came down to 700,000 naira each, which was paid.
So what is the security agency doing to maybe apprehend the people or the perpetrators of this crime? Is there anything the security agents are saying concerning this?
Yeah, the Sub-Commissioner of Police, Mr. David, told me that the police were in the forest in rescue mission, and then they are doing their best to arrest the kidnappers. But there is no any update from the police now. The stories of the release of the student was released by the university authority through the information officer of the university. So right now we do not hear anything from the police in Taraba State about this incident.
That was Madir Umar earlier speaking with Magaji Hunkui from Jalingo, the Taraba State capital. Now, in the same vein, we had information and protocol unit, Federal University Wukari, Agia Ashu, and she gave us some more information.
The students were released last night, and as I speak to you, the university management has received them and they were checked medically. So the university management also gave them money that they can transport themselves back home.
Okay.
The role that the university played in securing the students back is going into close contact with security operatives to the security operatives and the community, the host community, the youth. So the security operatives around here play a very vital role in securing these students and the youth of the land.
Okay.
So the university did not pay any ransom. The ransom was paid by their family and the person that the students were kidnapped around his office, around his shop.
All right. Now, have you made contact with the parents of the students?
Yes, there is contact. Even the students are in contact with their parents as we speak and their relatives.
All right. So just before we go, just tell us how this development has, of course, affected and impacted student safety in Wukari.
Yeah, everywhere is calm, but everybody is going around his normal business since there is that assurance of security. The university go into more contact with the security operative. There was a security meeting, let me call it a security meeting because security operatives from the town were invited. The local government authority was also invited, and the landlords that students reside in their residence were also invited. So there was a meeting. And there is assurance that everybody should go around their normal business without any fear. And the university is prepared and ready to provide more security than before. I cannot disclose that now to you on air that this is what the management is doing. But there's a serious collaboration going on how to mount more security around the university and the environment where students are residing. And I'm telling the public that they better not be scared. If you are giving us your child as to school here, that security is covered.
Okay.
The security of your child or your ward is covered.
Still in security, gunmen have kidnapped a journalist and reporter with Channels Television, Joshua Rogers, at his residence in Rumosi in Obiakpo local government area of Rivers State on Thursday night. Rogers, who covers the Rivers State government house for his organization, was reportedly trailed after he closed from work to his residence. The miscreants accosted him before he alighted from his car, pointed a gun at him and whisked him along with his vehicle off to an unknown destination at about 9 p.m. The reporter had earlier covered an event in Ndoni, in Egbema Ndoni local government area of the state, where Governor Similayi Fubara inaugurated a primary healthcare center. The facility was built and donated to the state by the Palmo Educational Foundation, founded by former River State Governor Peter Odili. The kidnappers have demanded for 30 million naira. River State Police Command is yet to react to the incident. We go to Lagos, where a federal high court has sentenced cross-dresser Idris Okuneye, better known as Bobrisky, to 6 months in jail with no option of fine. Justice Abimbola Awoboro jailed Okuneye, who has been in detention since his arrest last week over abuse of the local currency, the naira. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, had arraigned him on a 6-count charge. 2 of the charges were later dropped while he pleaded guilty to naira abuse, but pleaded for mercy as a first-time offender. Still on court-related matters, the embattled former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, has been granted bail. Justice Rahman Oshodi of Ikeja Special Offences Court on Friday granted Godwin Emefiele 50 million naira bail. Justice Oshodi, in his ruling, admitted Emefiele to 50 million naira bail with 2 sureties in like sum. Oshodi ordered the sureties must be gainfully employed and must have made 3 years tax payment with the Lagos State government. He also said that the sureties must show proper identification and that they must be registered in the Lagos State Bill Management System. Emefiele is facing a 26-count charge bordering on alleged abuse of office and fraud to the tune of $4.5 billion and 2.8 billion naira. In Anambra State, police authorities have recovered 3 more bodies from a boat accident involving a movie cast. Bollywood star Junior Pope Oduwodu was part of the crew that drowned in the boat mishap 2 days back. While some crew members were yet to be found following the boat tragedy, the spokesperson of the Anambra State Police Command, Tochukwu Ikenga, said 3 more bodies of members of the movie cast have been recovered. The bodies have been deposited at a morgue in Asaba, Delta State, while authorities of the Guild of Actors have also been informed about the recovery. The spokesman quoted the state's police commissioner Aderemi Adoye as advising water commuters to be safety conscious while in transit. According to the commissioner, the police are fast-tracking the investigation into the accident. During Salah celebration, it is a tradition in most Muslim communities that businesses will slow down or close for the set period. However, motor parks often break such a tradition as drivers and vendors continue with their businesses as usual. In Duku Motor Park in Gombe State, Muslim faithful are working as usual, celebrating Salah at their workplaces. Hassan Kohli reports.
Located almost in the central business district, Duku Motor Park is among the busiest parks in Gombe. Here, the Salah celebration did not affect daily activities, as drivers and vendors went ahead with their normal activities, while Muslim faithful are enjoying Eid holidays by sleeping at home or visiting relatives. Hassan is spending his day transporting passengers to their destination across Gombe State. We must celebrate Salah here as we have not left for our families. We only end when we came here. I should have been at home with my family celebrating Salah. But here am I, struggling to get money to feed my family. With the way things are right now, it is hard to spend time with your loved ones. Muhammad Usman is spending his Salah holiday fixing vehicles for drivers in the park. He has a way of celebrating Salah in the park and inside the town. Everything is going well. I provided my family with the basic necessities for this Salah. With this type of job, I usually have lunch with my friends here in the park, and later in the day, I will visit my family and friends in the town. So this is how I celebrate Salah, and it is exciting. For many Muslim faithful, spending Salah days at home is the best, even though the nature of their work determines the mode of celebration. Hassan Kohli, Trust TV News, Gombe.
Here's a news update on Trust TV. Up ahead, Kano residents storm Emir's Palace for Durbar Festival. More of this and more stories when we return. Please do stay with us. Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. And if you're just joining us, this is the news update on Trust TV. Now a look at some of our top stories. Abducted students of Federal University will regain freedom. And we also told you that gunmen kidnapped Channel's TV reporter in Rivers, demand 30 million naira. We move to more stories. Where in Lagos, some motor park unions and drivers have lamented the low patronage from passengers during the Eid holidays. They have also attributed the situation to the hike in price of fuel after subsidy removal, as well as insecurity, which has forced many not to travel. Abbas Ibrahim Dalibi tells us more.
Salah holidays are always characterized by a series of travels, as faithfuls travel to different locations to celebrate with friends and loved ones. This has always been the case over the years, but this year, the usual buzz around the motor park is conspicuously missing, as potential travelers could not afford the cost of transportation due to the price hike as well as the fear of insecurity.
Wannan shekaran da sauran shekaran ba za a hada su ba. Don last year za ka yi mota 15-20 a wannan karan da wuya ma a yi mota 5-6 don saboda yanayin fasinja.
During these periods in the past, on daily basis, we usually load 10 to 15 vehicles to Kano, Kaduna, or Zaria, but this time around, we hardly load 5 or 6 vehicles because passengers are not forthcoming. Some will even come but will not be able to travel. Many that could not afford to pay 19,000 to 20,000 naira as transport fares to Kano or Kaduna resorted to traveling with long-distance trucks which are meant for conveying goods and spend longer time to reach their destinations.
Ba zai iya biya 20,19 ba zai je hau trailer ya biya 3,000-4,000 ya tafi. Kuma trailer nan tafiyan trailer nan hatsari ne. Don saboda wani zai iya yin sati ma a hanya. A sati ɗaya nan zai ciki wannan kuɗin da ya ki biya a karamin mota ya tafi. Kaga kenan an samu koma baya ba ci gaba bane.
Ibrahim Dimbul is also a member of the Motor Park Union. He says there is not much traveling this year as most of the people has decided to celebrate the Eid where they are.
Wannan shekara ba magana tafiye-tafiye. Ko dan tafiye ma kwana biyu ne aka yi. Da kuma sai sati biyu ana ta tafiya har mota yake yankewa. Bana ba magana tafiye-tafiye.
Apart from the hike in the price of transportation and the economic hardship, there is the issue of bad roads and insecurity along the roads as passengers are prone to attacks from men of the underworld.
Abubuwan da na da ya canja ga barayi hanya yayi yawa ga kidnapping kuma.
Ibrahim is a driver who conveys passengers to Kano State. He says there is high rate of robberies from Akure to Obajana, adding that robbers are attacking travelers almost every day in that axis.
Kana barin Ibadan kan kaje akwai ramuka ne, sannan a cikin dajin Ilesha shi kuma akwai ga ramuka ga barayi. Akwai time da in ka kai sai dai ka wuce kawai bisa dai ba yanda za ka yi.
Hope of the drivers is to have maximum security on the highways to enable them convey their passengers to their destinations peacefully. Abbas Ibrahim Alibi, Trust TV, Lagos.
Still staying with the Salah celebrations, hundreds of Kano residents have stormed the Emir's Palace in Korofukudu to observe this year's traditional Durbar festival. Trust TV correspondent Idris Jibrin reports that this year's Durbar was as colorful as peaceful, with the presence of heavy security personnel deployed to maintain law and order.
This is called Hawan Daushe, a traditional Durbar in Kano that is colorful in presentation, relentless in motion, and splendid in its color. During this age-long tradition of Hawan Daushe, the Emir traditionally marched his troops to the streets of Kano, where he received Salah homage from the people of Kano and other important personalities. Thereafter, the Emir stays at the Kofar Kudu entrance of the palace for his district heads and other traditional title holders to pay Salah homage. In Kano, Hawan Daushe is usually conducted a day after Salah, and it signifies a successful conduct of Ramadan fast. Hundreds and thousands of Kano residents, top government officials including the state governor Abba Kabir Yusuf and other foreign diplomats attended this year's Hawan Daushe Durbar in Kano.
It is so colorful, amazing, and it's amazing to witness this kind of very old tradition.
The hospitality is remarkable. It's been tremendously welcoming, and that I will keep with me and remember for a long time.
Yeah, I came here to see the cultural, the traditions of Kano, and to see new things that I have never seen before. Yeah, so I'm very glad to be here and to see this ceremony, this big ceremony.
No, I have heard quite a lot about it from even before coming to Nigeria. So when I'm here, I was very glad to use the invitation of the His Royal Highness Emir to participate on it. And it's one thing is to take part on these festivities, which are really very interesting. But also I'm here for the strengthening of the cooperation between the Czech Republic and Kano and the region of Kano. We have already quite good cooperation in the area of agriculture, health, defense. But of course we can do more.
As the Salah celebrations continue, so also the traditional Durbar. Idris Jubrin, Trust TV News, Kano.
Such wonderful, colorful presentation there. Now away from Nigeria, heavy rains and flooding in Kenya has caused more destruction in several parts of the country on Thursday. Reports had put the death toll from flooding in recent days at 11, with over 2,000 people displaced. Kenya's Meteorological Department had warned the country was set to experience very high rainfall and asked people to prepare for floods. On Tuesday, 51 passengers were rescued after their bus was swept away by flood waters on a bridge in northern Kenya. Still on the foreign scene in Ethiopia, police have arrested 13 suspects over the killing of a prominent opposition figure from the restive state of Oromia. Reports said the body of Bate Ugesa of the Oromo Liberation Front, OLF, was found dumped on a road outside the town of Mekki on Wednesday, shortly after he had been arrested by, quote, government forces. The United States, the European Union and Britain have joined rights campaigners in calling for a full investigation into the killing of Bate, an outspoken politician who had spent several years in and out of detention. Police in the East Shower Zone, where Mekki is located, have arrested 13 suspects over the shooting. The 41-year-old Bate had been released on bail early last month following his arrest alongside French journalist Antoine Galindo in February. And in sports, the board of Nigerian Football Federation has appointed former Under-17 World Cup winner Manu Garba as head coach of the Nigerian Under-17 Boys Golden Eaglets. Garba had, in the same role, led the Golden Eaglets to win the FIFA Under-17 World Cup for Nigeria in the United Arab Emirates in 2013, Nigeria's fourth triumph at the stage. Garba's world-conquering squad in 2013 included Kelechi Iheanacho, Taiwo Awoniyi, Isaac Success, Musa Mohammed, Chidiebere Nwakali, and goalkeeper Dele Alampasu. The former Nigerian international will now immediately resume the role and take charge of the team's preparations for next month's WAFU B Under-17 Championship taking place in Ghana. And Atalanta stormed the football world with a 3-0 victory at Anfield in the UEFA Europa League quarter-final first leg tie with Liverpool, stretching their remarkable unbeaten away run in this competition to 11 matches. European nights and Anfield go hand in hand, but despite the famous atmosphere so often associated with nights like this, the cup was almost stunned into silence inside 5 minutes. Harvey Elliott was caught napping in his own half, and after Lucas Kamaka got the ball back to the unmarked Mario Pasalic, a point-blank save from the face of Koimin Keleha kept the scores level. Taking a 3-goal lead back to Bergamo was something no one predicted prior to kickoff. But Atalanta have reigned on Klopp's parade in his swan song season and left the Reds staring down the barrel of elimination. O.J. Simpson, the former football star and actor acquitted of charges in a trial that captivated the nation, has passed away at the age of 76. Simpson's family confirmed his death due to prostate cancer through its official X account on Wednesday, with his attorney further confirming the news. While Simpson gained fame and success through football and entertainment, his legacy was forever altered by the tragic deaths of his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ronald Goldman in 1994. Though acquitted in a criminal trial, Simpson was later found liable in the civil case and served time in prison for unrelated charges. Simpson is survived by his children and leaves behind a complex and contentious legacy that continues to fascinate and divide the public. That's our package of the news at this hour. For more news, programs and documentaries, please do well to follow us on our social media platforms and on our YouTube live stream. I am Chiamaka Nwafo. On behalf of the news production team, thank you so much.